Hello and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are building 10 Vineyard Glen, a 64 by 64 lot in Chestnut Ridge. This is a very long build video, so if you don't have a snack or a drink, pause, go grab one quick, because we're going to be here for quite a while. This house is huge. It has 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and if you count every bed slot, it can sleep up to 10 Sims. Yeah, it's a big house. It took me hours upon hours to do this house. So much so that I had to take breaks quite a few times and come back, but that's just how it goes. It's a very expensive house. As far as details go, it's 194,432 simoleons. And packs, I used 5 expansion packs and 7 like stuff packs and kits combined. So it's not really like a super limited pack build, but it definitely is a pack build that is limited, I guess, but it's not like super limited. So the packs I used were Horse Ranch, Growing Together, Snowy Escape, Eco Lifestyle, and Island Living. And then for like kits and stuff packs, I used Dream Home Decorator, Tiny Living, Book Nook Kit, Bathroom Clutter, Everyday Clutter, Desert Luxe, and the new kit, Modern Luxe. Yes, so The Sims released 2 new kits the other day, Modern Luxe, and then the other one's like a poolside splash. That's like Create a Sim clothing and stuff. So we're not looking at that today, but we are looking at Modern Luxe today in this build. I definitely wanted to use the new items, and we do in 2 bedrooms. The master and then like a teenage girl's bedroom. So we definitely Modern Luxe that out. And they're very nice items. They're very, I don't know how to describe it. It's like elegant, classy, ritzy, glamorous. I don't know all those words maybe. So that's probably the best way to describe it. So yeah, as far as the house, I am actually building it from a floor plan. I was looking up different floor plans of like farmhouses, and I found this really, really nice one. Now this isn't like a one-to-one build, but I printed out the floor plan. I was actually going to attempt to like hand draw it, and then I'm like, Arthur, just print it out. Just print it out. And you get to use your printer ink at the same time, so it doesn't dry out. That always happens to me. Every time I go to print something, I always have to fight with the printer. So yeah, I guess just printing kind of keeps it nice. As far as the interior, I did follow the floor plan pretty closely. The only thing is I built this house on a platform on the first floor on the inside. On the floor plan, the like living room wasn't actually sunken down. It's just a 2-story like living room. But in my version, it's kind of like that. And I think that creates some nice depth, but also some separation to the build. And then as far as the garage, we do come back to that and we swap out the Island Living door there, which I actually looked pretty close to a garage door. We swapped that out for just a barn door that's open, so that way you can actually see the debug cars on the inside. And the garage is also home to Nectar making, so I did add that in. And above the garage, I believe in the floor plan, they have it as a game room. So I just kind of threw in a bunch of different skill activities and like a play area for kids, piano, a games table from the Growing Together expansion pack. So it's a very fun game room. I actually kept the mezzanines as well, which are really pretty. We'll get to those in a little bit. But yeah, I'm just very happy with this house. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Altogether, it probably took me about 10 hours to build. Yeah, super long. But that's just, I just can't believe that like it took that long, but also like there's a lot that went into it, like the furnishing, the picking out the styles, all the different objects, the clutter. In fact, it was so long, and I didn't want to keep you guys too long. I'm going to keep you for like 32 minutes, but it would have been much longer if I actually included the landscaping. So I cut the landscaping out because it's just, that took probably another hour in itself, maybe even 2 hours. I don't know. I went through a couple of different music albums. So while I was landscaping, so it's like, oh, I got to switch again. Oh no. Like, that album was like an hour and 30 minutes and here I am, I have to put another one on. Like that's pretty intense, but it's done. It's pretty. As far as the floor plan as well, and the house itself, it didn't actually come with like a horse stable. So that was kind of just modeled after what the house looks like. And I actually put like a loft space, which has a mini kitchen and like a fold out couch bed from the tiny living pack. So that's kind of like maybe like an in-laws suite or something. So that's kind of where we get that extra bedroom, that fifth bedroom. But as far as the main house, there's one, two, three, you have to count one in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4 main bedrooms, and there's an office on the first floor, which if you really need it, you can easily convert that into even a 6th bedroom. Like the office is pretty easy to just kind of swap the desks to the one wall and you can throw a bed in there and make it somebody's bedroom. As far as kitchen appliances and stuff, I stuffed them away into a pantry, as well as the microwave, coffee pot, fridge. That's all in that little pantry off to the side. It makes the kitchen look nicer. If we had like kitchen objects that, I don't know, looked a little neater and kind of matched your kitchen aesthetic, I think it would work well. Like refrigerators that kind of blend in with the cabinetry. That way you don't really see them. Or, microwaves that could be like a wall unit kind of thing where it also kind of matches cabinetry. Like we really do for a kitchen pack, personally. It would be great. As far as the living room, the fireplace there, it's a double-story, 2-story living room area, and the picture above the fireplace right there is actually a TV. So that's pretty cool. That came with the Modern Luxe kit, which is very nice. You can choose a couple of different swatches of the actual, like what the painting is going to be in a couple different like frame colors, but it actually is a TV. So I thought that was very cool. And I wanted to use that in the living room because it's perfect. It's very flat into the wall, and it doesn't actually look like a TV, which I think is really cool. I'm really surprised they included something like that. But at the same time, it's actually very nice that they did. Like, we really could have used another like wall-mounted TV. So there we have it. Here are the mezzanines being built, and I do a lot of beams, like all over the place, beams and columns. We come back and do the columns later, but for now I use like the friezes kind of thing to give some decorativeness and beams to the upstairs area where it's kind of like big and open. And we also incorporate those downstairs as well on the first floor to just give some more detail to the build and make it feel very like grand and very open and very pretty. Actually, in the end, when we get to the screenshots, it's just so pretty. It's such a pretty house. Very pleased with it. So this is the master bedroom and bathroom that we're working on right now, kind of throwing in some doors there. I used some open barn doors there, and this is the furniture from the Modern Luxe kit, not the fan. Ceiling fan was just added. That's not part of the kit, but the side tables, these beautiful curtains, you have the lamps. We have a vanity that came with it, a dresser, a couple of chairs, couple of different like paintings and wall art. And a record player, which we'll get to. I think I slipped that in the music area of the game room, but also in the what would be a teenage girl's bedroom. We also got this beautiful like paneled wallpaper, which I wanted to use as well with some hardwood flooring. So there we have it. It's very pretty. Very nice. I was trying to figure out why chairs wouldn't snap to that, but then I realized this is like living room chairs and you need a dining table chair to snap to that. So, and that's the new dresser. Oh, and a mirror. I forgot. Full-length mirror too. Yeah, lots of different items. And these are some of the new photos. You can choose a couple of different swatches. So you have like the heels, the perfume. There's quite a few different ones that are very nice. And a new rug, which I sized up a little bit to kind of make it fit over the bed area. So here we're building the master bath, which has a built-in closet off to the side of the vanities. Very, very modern, but also very cool. We do double vanities and double mirrors. We slide the toilet in right there. I thought I was going to go with the Snowy Escape toilet, but I decided not to, just because it glows blue and is just a little strange, I guess. I haven't really ever used that toilet in a build, I don't think, but yeah. Thrown in some clothing here in the little closet area, and we do put a bathtub in front of this beautiful double windows here, and 2 showers that flank the sides of the windows that are open. They are snowy escape showers, I believe. So it's a very pretty bathroom. Basically, the whole one end of the house is just like a master suite. This is probably one of my favorite rooms next to like the living room, dining room, kitchen space. It's just so pretty. Definitely a house to live in for sure. If I could live in here like personally on a personal level, that would just be amazing. But it's not real. I mean, the farmhouse that I based the floor plan off of is real, but to an extent. I mean, the furnishings and the design and the style was on my own, so it didn't really give you a look at like, you know, what the walls look like or what furnishings or anything. I just kind of came up with all of that based on just how the rooms are laid out. In fact, in the floor plan, the master bedroom had like the bed in the center of the room, like backed up against like a half wall. But I just thought that took up too much floor space in the master, and I kind of like the bed off to the one side by the windows. So that way you can kind of like look out the door as well. I guess if it faced the door, it wouldn't have been too bad, but that's okay. That's okay. We're doing good. I'm just laying out some different clutter pieces that I want to use later so I don't have to go digging for them. It was very hard not to use the eyedropper tool because I set all of my filters for all of the packs and the kits that I wanted to use, and I just didn't want to use the eyedropper tool because then that undoes all of your kits all of the time. All of the time. I wish it didn't, but you know, it does. So I was just very careful not to use the eyedropper tool, which was the lesson in itself. I also kind of wish that like if you set a filter on Create a Sim for like clothing or outfits you want to use, they would also stick between like the different categories, or like you could like copy outfits from like your, I don't know, like your everyday outfit to maybe like your party outfit, like, you know, like, or something like that. Like it'd be pretty cool if you could just kind of duplicate outfits without having to like create them again, I guess, if you want them to be all the same outfit, which I guess is kind of boring. Maybe that's why they don't do it that way. So this is the living room taking shape. Just add in some different furnishings, coffee table, nice big area rug, and the nice little like decorative games and bookshelf area. This is the dining room, and I slid in a bar as well. Later on, we come back and we add in a like a armoire, not armoire, that's for clothes, like a hutch. There we go. That's the word I was looking for, a hutch. And I also included a like toddler feeding table high chair. I don't know why that was such a hard thing to come up with. High chair, that's it. So yeah, I did include that just in case you do have a family and you move in here and you have like young kids, as well as the play area would definitely come in handy for kids. And this is the office taking shape. So we put a guitar here, a bookcase, which is actually from the, I already forgot the name, the Modern Luxe pack. And then we have some growing together items, some horse ranch items going in there. I think some dream home decorator as well to make up the desk. It's a hodgepodge of different items from all different packs, but very nice nonetheless. I also use the Modern Luxe wallpaper again, the paneled wallpaper, but with like a gold and white accent, which I think is actually really pretty. It makes the office very nice. So then we do an area rug in there, and then this is a hallway bathroom which is shared with the first floor bedroom. I wouldn't say it's a Jack and Jill because it doesn't really go like straight through, but it is shared, so you can access it from either way. And it's also the main bathroom for the downstairs, which makes it easier so your Sims don't have to go all the way upstairs because this is a huge house. When I was playtesting to make sure everything was functional, my Sim took forever to walk around, like to get from the kitchen to the master bedroom. It was just like, oh my gosh. But it's a huge house nonetheless. So what do you expect? I mean, there's the hutch going in again. So there we go. And these new wall shelves, these glass ones that you saw me place in the bathroom there, they're also from the Modern Luxe kit. So we're just kind of putting some different clutter and decorations down there, like bathroom items mainly. from the bathroom clutter and everyday clutter. So very nice little first floor bathroom, I think. And then I'm just going around finding different paintings and different items that I can kind of clutter. Oh, and we got the pillows, floor pillows, which are weird because I don't think Sims can use them. I think they're just decorative, but it's still nice to have that kind of throw pillow laying on the floor kind of thing. This is the first floor bedroom going together. Kind of went for a blue theme, blue and like wood accents here, and kept it pretty simple. Didn't really add too much. I consider this more of like maybe a guest room, or it could be anyone's room really, but I was kind of thinking more like a guest room space possibly. There's a couple little closets here, like one tile closets that I didn't put anything in apart from a light and a door just to make it look like a closet. But this is what I would consider like a kid's bedroom, for two kids to kind of share a bedroom. There's also a closet, like a little walk-in closet, and then we just put down dresser and a bunch of little toys, and it's actually a really nice kids room, I have to say. There's a window that overlooks the living room, but also a window that goes to the outside as well. We use a couple of wall decals from Growing Together pack. My favorite one is the tree with the owl. And then you have a couple of these kid-related ones going around, and yeah, just kind of figuring out what else to fill. And I realized, because the game room is so huge, we actually did put a like playhouse, dollhouse, because normally they're like big footprint items. And yeah, you can size them down, but I don't think Sims can play with them when they're sized down. So we're able to keep it full size and in the game room, which is actually really nice. So you don't really have to play in your bedroom, but you can go in the game room and kind of play. And yeah, we're almost finished in here, just doing up some curtains, and then we move on, I believe I want to say to the hallway bath, but I am not quite sure on that. But anyway, as far as life updates, I'm doing pretty well. I took last weekend off for a build. Mainly I was kind of thinking up this build. I know I wanted to do like a big house. So I took some time to kind of think about what I wanted to build, how I wanted to build it, started a little bit, and then came back to it and just kind of finished it. And yeah. So other things I've been doing, streaming. I've been watching The Morning Show on Apple TV. I got all caught up. I actually never watched it before, but it's actually a very good show. And there's a new season coming out, I believe, this week, September 12th, I think, or 13th is when new episodes start showing up. 2023, by the way, just in case you're watching this in the future. So yeah, I think that's season 3 of The Morning Show. So I'm excited for that. It's a very good show so far. I've also been watching, what's that newer one? Oh, Invasion, which is like about an alien invasion, which is actually very creepy and it's very dark. So the one night I was watching it in the dark, and I kind of got a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. It was just strange, and it's very strange. But it's a good series. Like, it's really good, very well put together so far. I think I have 2 seasons. I'm like halfway through the first, and I think there's a second one. But I'm also looking forward to the new season of Sex Education on Netflix, which I think comes out later in September. But as far as that, I've been watching this other thing on Netflix called Hack My Home, which I got about halfway through, and I didn't really like it. It was just like, I don't know. It was just like they were doing like weird items that in my mind I wouldn't think were practical. For example, like, they would put like, well, in the one house that they did like a basement renovation, and they put these like moving bookshelves that were on like this pulley wheel system. So the whole like wall moved out, and you could have storage even behind the bookshelf. And then like you could, like, it could move back into place up against the wall. And I'm just thinking, like, you can see the track off to the one side, but also it's like, what happens if the motor dies? Like then you can't get to your stuff. And then like if you have items sticking off the shelves and stuff, it's going to get like squished against the wall, or it's not going to move back far enough. And I'm just like, that's not really practical in my mind. It's cool, yes, but like, ouch, my ankle just cracked. It's not very like practical, you know, like. And then The Office, they did the same thing where they had this room, and they basically like used the same mechanism for the moving bookshelves to come out of the wall, and put his office on the one side of it, and then on the other side was like this theater TV thing. And when he was using it as an office, it was like a code word that said like act like show office or open office or something. I don't know. And it would like slide forward and it would expose his desk and computer. And it looked very nice, but like, and then when he's done with it, he could have like it could have rolled back, and then you would just be stuck with like the TV entertainment center side, and you wouldn't really see the office. But again, my thing is like your computer's back there, your chair, like everything has to be like small, like, so it can kind of like fold in and not get in the way of going back. Like when the whole thing slides back, it was just a little weird. That was like, I think the very first episode. The second one wasn't as weird, I don't think, if I recall. I only made it to like maybe 3 episodes. I think there's only like 6 or 7. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish that though. Like it's just, I don't know. It's just not practical. Oh, there's the record player. I made it black in the corner over there. That came with the Modern Lux kit as well, which I'm pretty sure just functions as a radio. And I did put a pink one in the like teenage girls room. So yeah, we're just kind of cluttering it up to make it feel more like a games room, a little fun, like family place, family location. And I mean, if you really needed to, I wouldn't suggest this, but I will say it, like if you needed this space for like another bedroom, you could easily just close off the wall where the mezzanines are that look down to the lower levels there. And you could basically have another bedroom or even 2 bedrooms. Like this house is just massive, massive, massive. We didn't even get to the garage yet, but we're close. We're getting close here because I'm shuffling some stuff around because I found this mudroom kind of thing, I guess. I did want to put some more clutter in the kitchen, and I'm just kind of finishing up decorative items. Here's where I found the mudroom thing. I found this like cabinet. I was originally going to use the closet system, but then I found this from Horse Ranch. I was like, perfect. And you can hang clothes in there, and it just works really well. I did slide it over a little bit because I wanted to fit in the column for the decorative purposes. But yeah, and we're not even done the exterior. Like I had a pool, I had a gazebo, I had a fire pit. We built the horse stable. Like this is just, you can see how much time it took. Not to mention, filtering through debug and kind of figuring out what you wanted to use from there. Originally I was going to do the van outside, but then I thought, let's put like a pickup truck outside. And we do come back and swap out the pickup truck again for a different style. I think I used the one from Horse Ranch, which has like some dirt on it. But I thought the van was appropriate to be inside because again, this is like a huge family farmhouse. So yeah. The other thing is I was getting some glitches when I was painting ceilings. At one point during the build, like the ceilings basically like stuck in place, and no matter what I did when I switched between like build mode and live mode and then came back, like the ceilings were like permanently stuck there, so I couldn't see anything inside the house unless you like zoomed way down to like eye level or sim level basically. It was just weird. That's the second time I've had that happen when I was building. Like the ceilings just get kind of stuck. The only thing that fixed it for me was to close the game and then relaunch and come back in. So that made the ceilings disappear and behave like normal. We just finished putting around the columns on the interior for decorative and accent purposes for the nice beams there. I did take a break there, hence the transition. So yeah, definitely needed a drink and had to stretch a little bit. But here we are working on the gazebo, which is in the center of the pool. I was going to do a glass roof, but then I come back and I changed that again just to a regular shingled roof because I thought like, if you want to relax here, you kind of want some shade. So with the glass roof, it's basically just, it's not really providing you any kind of shade. I used the Desert Luxe loungers, and there are 2 decks. One that's off the master, and then there's the secondary one off the kitchen, which I later on put a long table, like a dining table and chairs and a rocking chair in the corner. We do some bench seating or on the front and potted plants. The pole floaties I've actually never used before, but I think those came with Island Living, if I can see the icon there. And that's not a pack that I normally use a lot in builds, but it was nice to have the pole floaties considering I already used some Island Living items throughout the house. So we're doing some lighting squares. There was this weird lighting glitch where like the back wall of the living room was like very dark, but none of the lighting squares really kind of fixed it or corrected it. So yeah, I just kind of left it as is, but I did do some lighting squares on the front porch here, as you can see. And then I think on the back, like porch, the lower level where like I put the dining room table and stuff, just to give it some more light, because like the outdoor lights don't really light it up as much. And originally we do some of this like stone stuff, but I do come back and take that all out, and we do stone paths instead, spray painted terrain paint, hence why it took so long, but it just looked much nicer having that mixed with the dirt, like the stone gravel, I think it's what it is in one of the terrain paints. But here we are building the horse stable, and this is the upstairs loft coming together. I overhung the upper level on both sides. So we're kind of giving it a little bit barn shape, but I do come back and I take that top roof off and just give it a flat roof because it just looks so funny. I thought it looked kind of cool, like layered like that, like almost like a Christmas tree, but like, no, it doesn't look good. And I'm trying to do the like beams, like the freeze beams here, but then it was like glitching out and being weird because you needed to have like a room underneath and it just wasn't working. So black trim it is to kind of make it look nice. So the columns fit on it better. And this is the flat roof, which actually gives it a unique look, I think. We do platform to make it like more flat up there, but it's a very cool like horse stable. I almost said barn, shed, barn. Well, it is a barn, shed, whatever you want to call it. And this is the staircase, which goes up the back, and there will be a double door there. So to get in, and the little like gap in the railing there was bugging me, how it was like that one little space. So I just angled it, and I think it still looks pretty cool. Finding a door to go in there, we settle on the barn doors, and I do swap out those barn doors for like a different barn door that's still open, but still nice. This is a bathroom going in, and then we just have a small little kitchen, and using the tiny living stuff allowed you to have like a bed and a couch in one object. And we do manage to fit a nice round dining table and a computer and a desk as well. But it's just basically, this is more like an in-law suite or a guest space where they don't really have to come in your main house. I mean, your sim could even live up here if they want to, but that would be kind of silly because you have this ginormous, beautiful house on the other side. But I think it's great for like growing together when you have like the grandparents come to visit. This could be like a grandparent suite. I mean, granted, there's like a huge staircase to get up there, but like, I don't know, you'd have your own space away from everybody, away from the kids for a little while if you needed to kind of just get away. So I think that's pretty cool to have this livable space up here. And it actually turns out to be very nice. We go for this like dark brown, and we do some wood accents using the growing together siding. And I don't know, it's just a very nice little modern space. Feels a little rustic still, but like also kind of just, I don't know, clean, but nice, I guess. Yeah, I mean, what else could it be? This is the small bathroom, but it's a full bath. You got a tub, shower from the Growing Together kit or expansion pack, and I use that throughout the build as well. So here we are with the finished product. As you can see, the landscaping is immaculate, and it took forever to do. So I spared you some time there, but this is the finished product, and I think it's just absolutely beautiful. I'm super proud of it. Again, the house is called 10 Vineyard Glen, and you can find it on the Sims 4 gallery, and my EA ID is TheSimified. If you're still here, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, or you can leave a comment below and say, I'm still here. Also, let me know what you're watching or streaming currently, or binging. Anything you're currently watching, whether it's on Netflix or Apple TV or whatever. There's like a bajillion streaming services. Just let me know if you found any good shows to watch. I'm always looking for something new to watch. So yeah, but as you can see, we're just breezing through the house. Beautiful living space. This is the office. Then we have that first floor bedroom, and then we move around to the first floor bathroom, which is shared with that bedroom there. And this is the beautiful mezzanines looking like from below upward. And this is the garage. I don't know that we showed that being completed, but yeah, there's like vineyard grape winemaking, nectar making, I think that's what they call it. And I do add debug grape vines off the one side of the garage. They're not functional, they're purely decorative, but I thought it was pretty cool to have like the nectar making. And I did put nectar bottles in the kitchen on the glass shelves. We're now upstairs into the different bedrooms, which you saw them being put together. This is the kids' closet with kids' clothing in it, obviously. This is that main bath upstairs, which is shared, kind of beigey brown. It's nice though. It's big. It's a big room, but this is the girls' room, I guess. It's very stylized towards that. It's pretty cool. It's a very cool bedroom. I really like it. I like all the clutter. Then you move over to the master, and it's just open and white and airy and bright, and you look into the bathroom, and it's just gorgeous. The toilet's like a throne just sitting there off to the one side. I did like to include the rubber ducky, but Sims have a habit of wanting to put those away because they're considered toys. So just watch if your rubber ducky disappears. It probably got put into the toy box, which is in the game room play area. This is the back deck area, the double level. We have a grill there, and this is moving into the horse stable and the lofty horse living area. I do hope you enjoyed this speed build. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe for new speed builds. I try to build every week. Sometimes it ends up being 2 weeks, and yeah, I just kind of build whenever I can, and whenever I have the inspiration to do so. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this build, and that's all I had for this video. So I do thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.